are joining us for the first time. How would you explain a game of Blood Bowl to someone who hasn't experienced the joy and delight of it before, Bob?
Firstly, I'd say, under what toilet in the realm of chaos have you been hiding? Then...
Yeah, I could do that, or I could just show you myself. So, welcome to the Dragoon Testimonies Blood Bowl. And if you want to know what Blood Bowl is, it's basically a mix of American football, English soccer hooligans, and Warhammer Fantasy. So, as you can see here, it's pretty much a tabletop board game, and I'm just going to see if I can knock this guy out. So, come on, let's go. And bang! Down he goes. So unlike American football, feel free to knock someone in the jaw as much as you can. So it's a lot more violent than you would expect. And the basic strategy is try to knock down as many players as you can so you can, just like that, so your team can score a touchdown. That's pretty much it. Now, obviously, I am playing the tutorial level because the Reichland Reavers are what you would consider the Ultramarines of Blood Bowl. I mean, look at the colour scheme, it's pretty obvious that they are. The Siegfried Hull Saints, I guess, are a rubbish team that were just made up to be scrubs. So, they don't look like they're going to put up much of a challenge. And they shouldn't, because the game gave me an ogre, which I was not expecting. So I'm pretty happy with that. And what I'm going to do is a blitz, and again, down goes the player. So I'm a little bit disappointed, because I was expecting a few dice rolls and, you know, for the game to tell me what would happen to a player should I try to make a block. And yeah, nothing's really happening here. I mean, no one's dying, no one's getting hurt or injured, because that can happen. I mean, people die in this game. So, I've started on my second turn because really not much is happening in the tutorial level. And I'm playing very conservatively because I'm just waiting for the Saints to try and stop me, but it doesn't look like they are, which is not a lot of fun. So yeah. So this is pretty much a test to see whether or not Blood Bowl is a decent spectator game, and so far not so much. Now you're probably wondering, why am I passing the ball back? Well, part of the game is to build up your star player points, and if you build up enough star player points, you can give skills to your players, and you can make them stronger. And I'm about to end my turn here and kind of show you... Oh, I was, but... No, I'm not. Okay. So yeah. My basic strategy is to try and build up as many star player points as I can before handing over to the Siegfried Hull Saints. And let's see what they do. Yeah, so they're now making blocks of their own. But when you make a block, you actually have to roll the dice to see whether or not the block is successful. Now, you could either push a player back, knock him down, and the results are you could stun a player, knock him out, or hurt him badly. And that can result in possibly injuring or killing a player. You could also fail a block, in which case they get to roll to see if they injure you. And you don't want that. But, as you can tell by the numbers, that each player has certain attributes. Now, I'm skipping ahead to turn 4 because, again, the Saints really don't do much, and I'm playing conservatively because I'm expecting the Saints to launch something akin to a counterattack, but they're not. So instead you're going to see me knock out a few more Saints to get some more star player points, which I hope is a thing. So at this stage, I've decided, you know what? I'm just going to go for the touchdown. Screw it. There we go. Come on. So there's the ball carrier. I don't want to push him too close to the edge because part of the gameplay mechanics is if you get too close to the edge and you're pushed out of bounds, whether you're carrying the ball or not, the crowd can beat you up, which again results in another injury roll. So you want to avoid that. Now, if you see the dice there, that's a part of the rule called going for it. If I really want to have a shot at getting a touchdown, if those dice were in the end zone, I would think about going for it and scoring the touchdown earlier. But I'm not. Right now I want to protect the catcher because he has a strength of 2, and that is appalling. So the other 2 players in the back there are catchers as well. No, still trying to figure this game out, sorry. But no, what I want to do is I want to shepherd this guy into the end zone without him having any trouble. Now, if you see those red spots there, those are dodge rolls. So what I want to do is, if the Saints are going to try and stop me from scoring a touchdown, I want to make it as hard as possible. So I need to protect this guy. Before I do that, let's build up this ogre, because he's going to be my main blocker and my main muscle. And against teams like Chaos and Orcs, I'm really going to need this guy, because those teams are just designed to hurt you. Pretty much their game plan is to cause as much mayhem as possible and then score a touchdown with the least resistance as possible. So, if I was playing a game against, say, Dark Elves, Skaven, or High Elves, I would in turn want to try and injure as many of them as possible. Now you're probably thinking, does that same principle apply to Orcs and Chaos? Not so much, because when you make a block against a player that's stronger than you, they get the advantage. So you want to try and avoid that as much as possible. But there are ways to compensate for that. But again, you take a risk. So you have to play very carefully, especially when you're a human team. Because you are the Mario of Blood Bowl. You don't have any glaring strengths or weaknesses. It all depends on who you go up against.
Has to be scoring my first touchdown.
Right now I'm going to try and... I'm going to send the other catcher up here.
Oh no, that's changing rooms before the game. So
I think that was a lineman I sent up there. I'm not sure. Or a thrower. I'm not quite sure. But I want to do that to give the Saints a few more targets, and also to have another player to pick up the ball in case I fail. So let's make a few more blocks and knock out a few more of the Saints. See if I can... They just sent a catcher up there. That is just not smart. I'm pretty sure that was a catcher. So... Got most of them knocked down, so I think I'm doing alright at this stage. Let's knock out a few more, just to be safe. Like, really, ideally, if you can, try to knock out as many as you can. So I've skipped ahead to turn 5. Would you believe the Saints have not sent their catchers or any of their defenders to try and stop me? No, they've sent more of their players into my zone. I don't know why they would do that. This is clearly the tutorial level that says you have to win. You cannot lose this. I'm not kidding. I may revisit this and try to lose on purpose, but you just can't. This is terrible. So I'm going to try and make as many blocks as I can, and you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go for the win. I could easily win this. Because, like, the objective is to make the Saints forfeit, and let's see if this does it. One touchdown. He falls over. Carl the Eater has scored for the Reichland. Oh, good on him! Look at that. Oh, man. And, okay. So the team's fallen on hard times, and we still can afford cheerleaders. Good to see it. It's good to know that our owner has these priorities straight.
That was a short game.
So that's it. Yeah, the Saints have conceded. And for some reason I get another touchdown. I don't know why. That's pretty weak. Alright. So, I have 2 MVPs, which is good, and... Really? 3-star player points? That's all you're giving me? Okay, maybe the game has changed over time, but normally getting an MVP and scoring a touchdown would let me roll for a skill, but... Unless, of course, I don't keep these players, which... is slightly annoying, but not really. Oh, well, let's see what happens. So, next episode, I'm going to if they give me new players, I'm going to see if I can name them. And then we'll go through a naming episode. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and that is Blood Bowl. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.